Hey YouTube, this is David, the Georgia photographer, and today we're going to review a lens. And this lens is the massive 50mm f1.4 MINOLTA Rocker X PC. No, this is a PG lens. The letters denote something, I think data manufacturer, or series. But this is a f1.4 aperture lens. I only have two f1.4 lenses, and the other one's the 58mm Minolta lens that I've been using, which produces exquisite results. So I'm curious to see if this one produces as good a results as that 58mm. Let's go on a little photo walk. Let's just see what we can capture with it. We're up here in beautiful Dayton, Tennessee today. The kids are climbing over to a little place called Dayton Pocket, so we've came down into town, grabbed a bite of lunch, and I'm just going to walk around and get a few shots of this. Let's just see what the lens can do. Come on. This is the original Main Street in Dayton. You can tell that this is the main road before the highway came through. It's also where the courthouse is. Right over there is the courthouse. The courthouse has a storied history. It's pretty interesting. This is where the Scopes monkey trials occurred back in 1925. Well, I've come out here on Monday and there's practically nobody walking around in town. I am pretty much by myself. They've made statues to the two men who argued the case and put them out here in the front yard. Well, I shot the statue at f2, and then I shot the building at f2.8, and I'm trying to just get some different aperture settings. The sign out by the road was shot at f1.4, so I'm going to see what it looks like. Typically, these lenses start to fall apart when you shoot them wide open, so I'm kind of curious to see what it looks like once we get it out of the camera. I'm going to use the straight out of camera JPEGs, and I might play with the saturation a little bit, or the contrast, to make it look a little better in the video, but probably not. I'll probably just use them straight out of camera, just like they are, and then we'll let the lens speak for itself. Wow. It's striking 2 o'clock. Interesting. The bell tower still works. Shot the furniture store at f5.6. Yeah, there's a few people out and about in town. As you can see, there goes a couple down the sidewalk. I didn't get a shot because by the time I stepped up onto the curb, they were walking by. Figures. But this is a pretty neat little town. It's just kind of, you know, it's rural America, middle Tennessee. There's just not a lot of activity on a Monday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so you know, you don't get a lot of people walking around for street photography type shots. We're getting to test the lens out a little bit. It's, of course, what did I say? Every time I review a lens, it's overcast now. There's a giant gray cloud making it soft box lighting. There's no shadows, see? It's killed all the shadows, so, you know, figures. We're gonna get a few more photos, but it looks like it's taking pretty good photos. It looks like at f1.4 it's a little soft. Looks like it does fall apart at f1.4, to where at f2 it seems to already pull it back together. So it's pretty much an f2 lens, not really an f1.4, unless you're wanting that soft, like 1980s glamour shot photo. Then you could get a pretty decent lens out of it. It'd probably do that really well. But look, they don't want to be on camera. Who'd ever thought sage grass growing on the window ledge? Whatever. It was shot at f8. Yeah. I'm not going to bother stopping down anymore. F8's typically the That's loud. F8 is about as far down as I'll stop on these lenses unless I'm shooting with flash or in super bright sunlight. And since it's now overcast, there's no point in it. But yeah, it looks really good at f2 and on up. But at f1.4, nah. It's got this funky little halo around everything. It just don't look real good. But it wasn't very expensive. I'll have to look and see how much it costed. I'll put it on the screen down here somewhere. But it wasn't a very expensive lens, and now I see why. But it does take reasonably good photos. It's longer than what I'm used to using because I keep having to back way up to get things in frame. I'm starting to realize that I like 28mm better apparently. This is a pretty cool little town. I'm starting to like it. It's got a lot of history with that whole Scopes monkey trial thing, and it's heavy invested in the music industry too for some reason I'm seeing. So let's see what we got here. I can cross. Yeah, ain't nobody coming. A little bit about this lens. It's not very big. It's only about 1.5 to 2 inches long by about 2¼ inches in diameter. I don't know the weight. It's not very heavy because it's 50mm prime. I don't know how many elements and groups and all that. Probably about 7, truth be known. That's about all of them I ever have. It's got a 6-bladed aperture. I haven't tested it on like light stars, but you know it's going to do pretty good on that. It does generate a little bit of a halo at f1.4, but if you're shooting in super low light and you just need the aperture, you can use it. It's usable. But when you stop it down to f2, it gets super much better real quick. From f1.4 to f2, it's a full stop, but after that it clicks in half-stop increments from there. The focus is smooth, it's easy, so it's actually a really nice lens for general purpose shooting. It seems to be a little long for what I'm doing. There's times when I wished I had a 28, but it's a good lens. For general purpose photography, it's actually a pretty nice little lens. So let's get in the truck, let's go south.